This is what cigarette packets in England will soon look like if the government honours a new pledge to introduce rules on plain packaging before the general election.
We will bring the regulations before Parliament, in this Parliament, and should Parliament support this measure, Madam Deputy Speaker, we will be bringing the prospect of this country's first smoke-free generation one decisive step closer.
It looks girly, I just like it.
The pictures actually look quite nice.
It's all about protecting children, say campaigners. Cancer Research, which produced this video, claims plain packaging of cigarettes stops young children from starting smoking and reduces the number of older smokers. This announcement caught MPs by surprise, coming right at the end of the day's Commons business. It had been thought that the government had dropped plans for plain packaging of cigarettes before the election, following powerful lobbying from the tobacco industry, and because of pressure from the Tories' campaign chief, Linton Crosby, who'd previously lobbied on behalf of tobacco firms. This is welcome news, said Harpal Kumar, Cancer Research UK's chief executive. And with such wide public and cross-party political support, it's vital this announcement leads to a vote on standardised packaging as soon as possible, and certainly before the general election. 2/3 of smokers start before the age of 18, beginning an addiction which will kill half of them if they become long-term smokers. By stripping cigarette packs of their marketing features, we can reduce the number of young people lured into an addiction, the products of which are death and disease.
There's been many different independent reviews into standardised packaging of tobacco products. It's very important to point to the fact that this is not plain packaging. It has big warnings on it, and it standardises the font in which the name and brand of the packet is outlined. Ultimately, we know that young people and children are attracted to the glitzy packaging of cigarettes. And we know that every year around 200,000 young people will have their first cigarette.
Pro-smokers lobby is furious.
The government is taking a huge risk with this, because if this does lead to more illicit trade, then that'll be far worse in the long run, because criminal gangs don't care who they sell to. They're more than happy to sell cigarettes to children.
Australia was the first country in the world to introduce plain packaging in December 2012. And Ireland approved the publication of a bill last year, with the government there saying it wanted to be the second country in the world to adopt the packaging. But if plain packaging does get the backing of MPs and peers before the election, England may get there first. The government has also announced that a ban on smoking in cars carrying children, already backed by MPs, will come into force on October the 1st this year. But the smoking lobby and the tobacco industry will not give up on plain packaging without a fight.